Good evening, folks. How you doing? It's Mag here, also known as Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. Welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. And yes, I am back from TwitchCon. I am back from Rotterdam. I'm wearing the official Streamlabs t-shirt. There you go. It's nice to be back. I hope you've all had a good weekend, whatever you may have been doing. Let's see who's here. First one, as always, is Mr. Kindred. Good evening, Kindred. Hope you are well. Chloe, good evening. You've also gifted a Prime sub. Thank you so much for that. 3 months. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. We gave you a shout out while the credits were rolling. Brian, good evening. He's currently playing 007 First Light, which we are going to be talking about on this very show. Flame, good evening. How are you? We are broadcasting live to YouTube and Twitch as I speak, so I hope you are all good. And we're just going to get cracking because we do realise there's a PlayStation State of Play on tonight. I apologise, but, you know, Sony should have spoken to me and worked around our schedule, not the other way around. But there you go. Evening. Feeling flat as I got a puncture. No. Dear, oh dear. Phantom's like, holy shit, I have internet. I mean, miracles do happen. Falco says, am I not playing it, though? What, in terms of 007? I'll tell you a little bit later on, because I was supposed to be playing it last week. It's Sony's fault. It is, Kindred, it is. Dave Housen, good evening. Dave Housen is celebrating for being a moderator. This is a new thing that Twitch have started. For 30 months. He has been my mod for 30 months, and he's not happy about it. Fudge Monkey, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. He's like, please kill me. Look at Dave's new marker. Yes, he gets a new marker. There you go. These are the new mod markers that I posted in Discord. This is one of the new things they added after TwitchCon EU. You get less for murder than 30 months. There you go. Phantom is over at Beau Desert until Sunday. Bloody hell, how have you got? You're out in the forest. How have you got internet? That's amazing. Retro Shazar, good evening. How are you? Kindred just got a 105 stream streak. God damn. That's an even bigger sentence than the 30 months that Dave's done. Dave is also officially our community member of the month, so I'm going to give him a shout out. We are officially going to give Dave his prize in tomorrow's stream, but you voted for it. He probably won't thank you for it because he's probably angry at everyone. But Dave is our new community member of the month. So there you go. I'm not sure that's how numbers work, Mag. No, it's not. But, you know, let's just roll with it. All must love me. You know. That bit, not necessary. I think we cheated. We should have re-vote. Too late. The vote's closed. You should see my calendar for this month. I bet it's stacked. But it's a good month. Good month to work for. Not certainly a good month for gaming. It's a bit on the thin side for games. Me and Dave were discussing this earlier. And speaking of Dave, I should bring in the co-host who knows the most, who agrees with me that June might not be the most interesting of gaming months. But here he is, Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Hope everyone in chat's doing all right.
Yeah, there you go. I think there's like 2 games I'm excited for this month, and that's it.
I was having a look at a list the other day, and I don't think I can really be bothered with any in June. Even like, I suppose like Star Fox is the bigger one, but I'm not that fussed about that either, to be quite honest. I think I'll probably be jumping back to games I haven't finished yet, like Ken, or I never started off the Pacific Drive DLC, which I mentioned to you earlier.
Fair enough.
And I've got some of the stuff. So I've got plenty of stuff to play. So it's actually not bad. There's nothing that interesting for me in June.
Not bad. There you go, not Dave. Oh, Gozzo says, good evening, Gozzo. Gozzo says, hi, just a quick one. Don't forget the Rayman 30th anniversary is out. Is that out this month, Gozzo? Because if so, then I'd say that's 3 games. Drive Rally comes to consoles next week or something for that. That is in our list of potential games we're going to talk about. Star Fox is one I'm looking out for, but other than that, there's fuck all that interests me this month. Denshin Attack is one I'm looking forward to, and I've been looking forward to a long time. That's the only other game, the one where you the trains, the crazy train.
Oh, yeah. I know
rails. That's like comes out in the middle of the month. Will you get to play 007 First Light eventually? Yes. There's a story behind that. We'll talk about that later when we talk about 007 First Light. Rayman is 26th of June. Oh, that's right near the end. Okay. I'm looking forward to the sequel, Dave Attack, where co-host Dave finally snaps and attacks Mag. I mean, he's doing it in... It can happen. Be entertainment. So, like and subscribe if you'd like to see that happen. Yeah, Raymond's going to be out at the end of the month. Thank you, guys. Thank you for confirming that. So, yeah, there we go. What have you been playing? Because you've got a backlog now.
Oh, I've got a stupidly huge backlog. I'll never get through all that. But what I have been playing in the last week, been playing quite a lot of 007 First Light. But we'll talk more about that later on. Apart from that, just been Forza Horizon 6. Just carried on with that. Just doing a few races, getting a few of the wristbands. I think I can't remember if I'd done the race against the mech when we spoke about it last week. But I've done that, and then a few other races since then. And then just been playing some stuff online. When I was playing with my friend on Sunday, who showed me some of the stuff in the festival playlist, which is the stuff that they put on and change like every few days, every week. If you do like certain events, you'll get a car. Do this event in a Mazda, you'll get a free Lamborghini, stuff like that. So he was showing me some of that stuff. So I did need to go back on and do a race in a Mazda. So I get a free Lamborghini. So just having a bit of a mess around with stuff like that. There's a shitload in there to do. I think it's a good map as well. I'm having fun just driving around it.
See, I've been dipping in and out on that. I've really enjoyed it, but I've not done that race. I'm weirdly working around the map. I'm doing that weird systematic thing where I'm doing everything where it's just all the collectibles and all the races in that area, and then just slowly clearing the map, which is a bit of a weird thing because I never normally do that with a Forza game, but for some reason, I'm not even fast traveling. I just like driving around because I like that map.
Yeah.
So
the map's good. So the driving around, it's just fun to do. So I'm getting used to the wheel as well. So I've just been like tweaking that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just having fun playing with that. Now, I usually don't bother doing manual gear changes in these sort of games. Just leave it on automatic. But I thought I'll actually make use of the little paddles on the wheel. So I'm getting used to that as well. It's quite good. Enjoying it.
That's good. That's good. I saw a clip of streamer iShowSpeed doing one of the races in the mountains, and he'd set his calibration too high, so when he hit the corners and that, he nearly took his arms off with the wheel. He nearly broke his wheel, and he's like, ah!
Yeah, careful how you calibrate it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, get that sorted. That's going to be a thing. When is Matt? Good evening. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Also, PlayStation State of Play tonight. Any predictions? We know they're showing a lot more of Wolverine. Apparently, that's how they're going to start the show. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's what I was told over the weekend.
It'd be nice to see a bit more of was it Naughty Dog's next one?
Yeah, people have been saying that. Is it that Intergalactic? Yeah, people are saying that might be a thing.
I'd like to see a bit more of that. It'd be nice to see some actual gameplay of that, but whether they will or not, we'll have to see. I think that's
because we don't know. It could be. They've said it's a couple of years away yet, but we'll see. But I'm going to stipulate this: when it starts at 10 o'clock, if people go and watch that or are watching this and that, no spoilers, please, because we will time you out. I'm not even joking about that. We will fucking time you out because ourselves and our guests want to watch it after we finish this stream. So please, no spoilers of that.
And if I get any disconnection issues about 10 o'clock, it's just an unfortunate coincidence.
It's just an unfortunate
I'll probably make it back on by 11, I would have thought.
Yeah, you lying bastard. There you go. Yeah, if he disappears, you know why. It's not his internet. There you go. There's allegedly new content going to be announced for Sunday for Forza, but seems too soon. No, I reckon they might do that. They might announce a little few things like what's coming up in the next couple of seasons. I can see that happening on the Xbox.
They've got loads of car packs and stuff they'll be bringing out.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be 2 DLC expansions, but I doubt really about those for 6 months. Yeah.
There you go. Evening, Gilfly. How are you? Good to see you. Gozzo says, but the big news is Toy Story will be coming this year. I saw that. I wasn't that fussed. They're basically like, is it 6 Toy Story games being remastered and then something else? And I was like,
oh, right.
I was like, it's good. But I never played any of them, so I didn't really care.
I haven't either. I think my daughter played a bit of Toy Story 3 because I think it was on like Game Pass or something. She downloaded it, she had a go at it, and she quite enjoyed it, but never played it myself.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those things. Shame on you. You don't love the retro. It's not that. I do love the retro, but I've got to be kind of involved. Do you know what I mean? I've got to either have played it to want to play a remaster or a remake, or it's a game that I was like, oh, I'm gutted I missed that out first time round. And with the Toy Story games, I'm not really that bothered. So no disrespect to the Toy Story games. I'm just not that fussed about them. I'm not even a massive fan of the Toy Story films. I think I've seen 1 and 3, and that's it. I'm not that fussed about them. But there you go. Hi, Carl. Good evening. How are you? Can we time Dave out? Unfortunately, not, because he is community member of the month somehow. God knows how. But you lot voted him, so it's on you. It's on you. Dave says I feel the same way. The Toy Story original games were good fun. If the retro games were good, I'd be more invested, but they were not. But apparently Toy Story 2 is surprisingly good. So there you go. Well, there you go. Each to your own. I did see it announced, but just nothing I got side. I will try maybe do the Rayman thing, Gozzo. Because you mentioned it, because I did like the Rayman game. So I did see I might be able to get a copy of that. And as I haven't announced my schedule, I will see if I can blag my way to getting that. And then maybe do that at the end of the month. We haven't we haven't. And there's a load of stuff that I've had thrown at me. So, and there's some stuff I forgot about because I'm no longer your manager. Yes, because we're going to time you out. I mean, community member of the month or whatever. But there you go. Anyway, enough of all this malarkey. Should we get our guest on for this evening?
Yeah, let's get going.
Let's do this. Now, our guest, well, it was supposed to be a couple of guests. So last year we had 2 of the members of Game Older podcast. So they decided that we would have 2 other members this year. But unfortunately, one of them is shitting hard out of his arse and couldn't be here. And I thought I'd do it so Leon won't have to say this. Please welcome one of the other members of Game Older podcast. Give it up for Leon.
I was not expecting that at all.
Well, I thought
hello.
Want to say we talked about it, and bless you, Tom. We hope you get well soon. I apologise. I mean, I don't, but I hope you do get well soon. But yeah, we'll have to get him on the show some other time. It's funny because Tom has been in chat when I've been doing streams. He has popped in a number of times.
He's great for that.
Yeah, so he's a great guy. But we hope you get well. But yeah, he is shitting through the eye of the needle, as Kindred says. Yes, there you go. Did Mag really just say that? Yes. There you go. I won't be able to look Tom in the face after that. Trots would have been better phrasing. We'll see. But for those who don't know, Leon, welcome to the show. You are one of a number of members of Game Older podcast. So we're going to get the links dropped in the chat by our wonderful mods just as we get raided. So just give me 1 second. Hold that thought there. Venom X UK, thank you so much for the raid. Odie, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Thank you so much. Can we get a shout out for Venom? Then we will shout out our guests. One thing at a time. Welcome on in. I am Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. This is the co-host that knows the most. This is Dave, and this is our guest tonight. This is Leon from Game Older Podcast. There you go. Hope you're enjoying your World of Warcraft stream, Venom. Yay, welcome, Max. Thank you, Odie. How you doing? How you doing? If Leon is in the pub, can he get me a slushie? Says Rock Muse.
I wish I could get myself one.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I don't think he is. I think he's literally glued to the toilet. I genuinely do that.
We both had it, and I just decided I'll set my computer up in the toilet bathroom. There you go.
There you go. So
ignore any questionable noises.
I know. But obviously, Leon is currently live at the Timeless venue. Clearly, like if you couldn't tell.
Decided just to keep the background from our interview.
Nice selection of beers. That's a cocktail bar, actually, isn't it? I've just realised that's a cocktail bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Selection of cocktails and slushies available on August the 12th. So, thank you again for that raid, Venom X UK. Greatly appreciate it. We have just put the links and we've pinned it to the chat for everyone. If you want to find out everything about Game Older Podcast, you can click that link and follow them on absolutely everything. But for those who don't know about Game Older Podcast, Leon, give us a shout about what it's all about, please.
Well, it's just 5 people depending on who's free at the time, every fortnight, chatting absolute ham about games, and for some reason people want to listen. So, but we do usually do topics like the best our favorite open world, favorite indie games of the year, games we're looking forward to. We talk about the news. We take listeners' comments and comments from our Discord, and usually we end up having tangents about food because there's particular members who love to hear about what we eat. I don't know what that's about, but they like to hear. So.
I've just noticed
it.
The way that Dave has pinned the message. It says, because it says the original thing, my guests tonight are Tom and Leon from the Game Old podcast. Oh, wait, Tom is shitting himself. It's just Leon then. Thank you, Dave, for posting that onto the top of the chat, which will stay there for the next 2 hours. So that's fantastic. There you go. But yeah, we very kindly, you very kindly had me on your show a couple of weeks ago on the podcast for the second time. Obviously, we're promoting Timeless, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, talk us about through some of the guests that you've had over this year since I was last on.
Since this is the last on, it's just basically been us because we've all been busy work. Obviously, we all work full-time jobs and stuff like that. And you've been the only guest this year, but we've had people like So we've had people like Sandeep Rai and stuff who, if you know, too old for gaming, he makes a lot of retro PlayStation magazines and stuff like that, and he is a prolifer of knowledge, especially on the Vita, PlayStation Vita. He's like Vita till I die sort of guy, which we had a quiz actually on that show, and I lost, which is embarrassing because it's the company I work for. So I was just like, oh no. He recognizes the background, but we've not had that many. We're aiming to get more on when we can get a free time, because Heather, as you know, lovely Heather has been so busy.
Yeah, she's absolutely shocker, isn't she? So
yeah, she has to. She's been traveling all over the country. Stu's currently in Ireland for his job. Yeah. Tom's on the toilet. Tom, and obviously, I'm the way my schedule works up. It's quite hard. 4 days in, 4 days off, but we're hoping to get more on. And but I always look forward to interviewing you because I interviewed you twice, and both times you're like the easiest guest to interview ever.
Thank you.
To be honest, out of everyone I've done.
I appreciate that. It's because I just chat shit for hours. That's probably why.
And that's my type of guy. So.
But I was going to say, flipping out, when I was like, bloody hell, I was like, I'm honoured that I've made it on to be a guest for the second time, so I greatly appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for you, and thank you for having me also on here.
No,
lovely.
Not at all.
First time I've been on a live stream before, so
yeah, there you go. It's not that daunting. It's fine. We just get abused by Dave Johnson in the chat. But there you go. Mag is the easiest guest because he never shuts the fuck up. That's true.
Right.
That's true. There you go. There you go. Gozzo, catch you later, dude. Thank you for popping in. Love you, Mag. Thank you, Girlfly. Hannah, good evening. How are you? How is everyone? Good to see you, Hannah. Welcome on in. If I've missed anyone else who's popped in and said hello, please do say hello. I've already put that bit on screen, Dave. You're repeating yourself. Don't make iQuail time you out for repeating stuff. There we go. Also, obviously, there is a special episode, as Leon mentioned, which went out literally, just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, about that. It was, a week and a half.
Yeah, a week and a half ago, where Leon and Tom were interviewing me all about Timeless and talking about middle-aged gamer guy things. If you do want to go check that out, that is on the podcast right now, plus all their other episodes are there. Links are pinned to the top of the chat. But we're going to say this now. You can also get money off your Timeless tickets because the team from Game Older Podcast do have a code, which is, Leon?
Older 26 for 15% off.
There you go. You get 15% off tickets by using the code Older26, which I greatly appreciate. And thank you guys for promoting and helping with the event, because it's greatly appreciated. So there we go. Thank you. Dave says, can I get 15% off? 15% off nothing is nothing, Dave. So there you go. No worries, iQual. Greatly appreciate it. shall we crack on with our show tonight?
Let's get to it, mate.
All right, let's make this happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our 268th show. We are going to be talking about such games as 007 First Light, Echo Generation 2, and Mina the Hollower. Plus, we're going to be discussing the fact that there's a Witcher 3 DLC coming out nearly 10 years, well, it'll be 11 years after the last one. And we're going to look at the Steam gaming charts. All that and more in this show. So, kicking things off with our first game, which came out last Tuesday. This is out on PC, and this is called Stone Machina. Let's have a look at the trailer for this. That was a rather epic way to start the show, wasn't it, Dave?
Certainly was. Nice
That was
epic
good.
music, get you in the mood.
Oh, no, there you go. Dave saying the music is going to be what I associate Chloe with, dramatic and evil. There you go. So this game, thank you, Kindred. Stone Machina is £16.75, but you can currently get it for £15.7 on Steam right now. So go check it out. It's like 90s role-playing games on steroids, says Valco. Dave, this to me almost feels like you've got chess pieces in a Souls-like world. Am I correct?
You would be indeed, mate. That is exactly what you got here. You're playing a little pawn called Zafiro. I think he has the ability to transform into other chess pieces, which you're probably going to unlock as you're playing for the game. So, the different pieces have different abilities and powers and stuff like that. I think they're sort of based on the design of the world on like Italian art and folklore, from what I was reading earlier. And considering it's like an indie game that I haven't even heard of, from what I've seen in that trailer and the video I watched earlier, the actual world design looks pretty decent.
It's really impressive.
Sort of thing I'd probably expect from From Software, all this massive dark fantasy world, all these interesting environments to go through. Looks pretty decent actually. But yeah, it's a Souls-like. So if you don't like those, probably not going to win you over with this one.
Yeah.
I did kind of read. I think one of the Steam reviews, someone sort of said it's a little bit sort of in between Souls and Sekiro. So it's got a bit of the sort of parry expectation there. That Sekiro is quite strong on. It's got a little bit of that in this apparently, but I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah. A bit different, playing as a chess piece. I guess because why not?
Yeah.
Looks better than I was expecting.
Yeah, this has kind of come out of nowhere for me. It was on the. I don't think it was even on our original list. It was something that was just I saw that had come out, so we got added to the list literally this week. So yeah, looking good for it. Leon, do you like the look of this? Are you into your Souls likes?
I am actually, yeah, and I'm also into chess. So that is such a good combination, really. It looked almost like a surrealist, Dolly sort of environment too.
Yeah,
it was just very surreal. I've never heard about before, and the music was. I'm a sucker for that type of music, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I'll give that a go.
Good. I'm not a big fan of Souls likes, but I liked what I saw, and I would give it a go. And the last game that was a Souls like that I liked was Liza P, and I actually really enjoyed that. So there's not many Souls likes I'll play, but if that catches my eye, it gives me enough incentive to carry on playing it. So for those who may have not seen the show, we don't review the games, but we do discuss the review scores. And I scour the internet, looking at different sites, whether it be Metacritic, IGN, Eurogamer, GameSpot, GamerRanks, to name a few. and take all their scores and turn it into an average score. So it's not exactly accurate, but you'll either agree with it or you won't. But if you guess it correctly in the chat, and this is for the chat for YouTube and Twitch as well, you will be able to get a shout out for your channel. So let's see what people are saying. You can have anything from 0 to 10, and you can have halves and whole numbers. So Danka says, let's go. 7.5. Rockmuse, an 8. Hannah, an 8. Chloe, an 8. Blue Lou, good evening. Good to have you here. Brian says, I never heard of this. 7.5. Gilfly, I'll go with a safe 7. Kindred says an 8. Flame says an 8. Chat, get your scores in now. Get your predictions in. Dave, what do you reckon this is going to be?
I'm going to try an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. Leon?
It's solely dependent on mechanics if they're done well. So I'm going to go with a 7. I'm going to be 7.5.
7.5. Okay, all right. Retro Shazar also saying a 7.5. Last chance, folks. This is Stone Machina, which came out on Tuesday last week on PC. I reckon Tom should buy a plunger. Also, 7.5. Thank you, Dave. Greatly appreciate it. If there are no more scores, I can tell you that this did in fact get 7.5 out of 10. So congratulations, Leon. You got your first one right, which is awesome.
It's going to go downhill.
I know, straight on there. Please don't say it's downhill from out there, because some guests are like, oh my God. Well done to Retro Shazar. Dave Johnson, you got it right. Brian, also known as UKGN Zoidberg, and Danka, you all got it right. So you all are off to a great start for that one. Some of you are very, very close, like either side of it. So there you go. Congratulations. There'll be shout outs for all your channels, and we'll also be shouting out the Game Older podcast. Go follow them on absolutely everything and listen to their
please.
There you go. And it does literally say Tom is shitting himself every time he gets a shout out now. So there you go. I'm sorry, Tom.
Oh, God.
That
I appreciate this. He's going to hate me.
I think he'll hate me more now, and I'll probably never see him in one of my streams ever again because of this.
Oh.
So I apologize from the bottom of my heart, but not the bottom of my ass.
Yeah. And don't apologize.
No, there you go. He doesn't apologize. Dave's neutral, so he's fine. You don't have to pick on Dave, so that's all right. There we go. On to our next game, also out on the same day, which was Tuesday last week. This time on Switch and PC. Methinks there are many games that are very Pokemon-esque, and this is another one that fits that bill. This is Lumen Tale, Memories of Trey. Let's have a look at the trailer for this one. There you go, published by our friends at Team 17. This one, and I'm like, yeah, it's just Pokemon, isn't it? But there are some people in chat are like, wow, what a ripoff, and some people going, no, I like the look of this, because if you like Pokemon, you're probably going to love this. Rock News saying, my friend was playing this tonight. It is definitely Pokemon / Power World, and some of the sound effects reminded me of Zelda. So Dave, tell us a little bit more about this, because it does feel like it's a little bit of a cash grab on this one.
Yeah, well, it's just the monster collection RPG, probably just with names and character designs just legally distinct enough. It's Nintendo, the Pokemon company. The magical creatures, this are called Animon.
Pikachu.
Just slightly different, yeah. That's just make it slightly different. Change the spelling slightly. You'll be all right. But yeah, I think in this one you're playing as a character called Trey, who's on like a journey to try and recover his lost memories. And along the way, catching various creatures and training to do battles. So yeah, very much Pokemon. I don't know a huge amount of magic, but perhaps it might do a little bit more than the recent Pokemon games do, because they always seem quite sort of safe and don't really feel like they ever do a huge amount to make themselves different each time. But perhaps this might be a little bit more to it, because at least it's another different company doing it. So it could be an interesting game. I say not my type of thing, because I've never had any interest in like Pokemon or that type of game at all. But I thought graphics wise it looked okay. It gives you that sort of older 16-bit sort of type sort of idea of where the graphics are. Looks perfectly okay.
It's got that
not
vibe.
Very expensive either, from what Kindred said. So better value than your Pokemon games.
Yeah, so 22 quid on both Steam and Switch normally, but currently you can save up a couple of pennies. You can get it for 19.79. Bloody hell, the year I was born. So there you go. So that's not too bad. Leon, what do you reckon to this? Is this something that would entice you, or do you basically like not interested, cash grab?
Definitely entice, because I'm not a big fan of the recent. I think they've just said then it's like it looks better than some of the previous Pokemon games that have come out recently. And though I'm not a big fan of like Pokemon in general, like the card game and stuff, I love the games.
Yeah,
and I've played games like obviously you got Temtem, Ni no Kuni, which is a big one. It's one of my favorite games of all time, which is like those monster battlers. So this one would definitely entice me, because it had like an Octopath Traveler remake sort of style too, and with the 2D on the 3D environments, and I'm just a sucker for that art style also. But definitely entice.
Yeah. Apparently it's different because you start with 5 instead of 3 compared to usual things. And Dank says no official average time listed currently, but some Steam reviews said they've played this and clocked it in an over a 50-hour game.
My backlog's getting longer.
Yeah, you get value for money if it's like 19 quid, 22 quid. That's not bad. You get a 50-hour game out of that. Can't complain about that. Not gonna lie. Let's see what people are saying for scores. So chat, get your scores in. Danke says, "Oh, no questions needed." An 8. So he's definitely liking this one. Brian said, "This is another one I've not heard of." Flipping heck, Brian, are we finding games that you've not reviewed? That's like a first ever, I think. He's saying, so I think it's going to be a 7.5 again for this one. Chloe going for a 7. Hannah's going for a 7.5. How much are Pokemon games in general? Says Rock News.
60-70 pounds, aren't they?
Yeah.
Full price releases.
Yeah. So this is a bargain when you compare it to that. So
definitely.
Yeah. Retros are saying an 8. Rock News saying a 7. Dave saying a 7.5. Flame saying an 8. Kindred saying an 8. Apparently Leon was born when Mag was 20.
God. I didn't actually know your age.
I am 46.
Oh, I'm 32.
There you go. So
I'm 33 in August.
Dave's wrong. So there you go. Gilfly saying an 8. Chloe's switching to a 7.5. Gilfly says, I'm 21. See? He's a young one. I'm never wrong, apart from when you were just wrong. And Dave talks out of his arse.
Then what Tom's doing.
Yeah, there you go. We're never going to drop this now. There you go. Apparently, next year, the next Pokemon game is going to be like 80 quid. That's mental. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Mario Kart World.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah.
That much.
Leon, what do you reckon this got? I'll start with you on this one.
I trust Team 17 to actually pick good titles. I've always interested in the game they publish or help develop. So I'm going to go with 8. I think it'd be a solid 8. Yeah,
Going for a solid 8. All right. Dave, what say you?
I was thinking 8 as well.
Okay, cool. All right. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Lumentale, Memories of Trey, which came out on Switch and PC and is just over 19 quid at the moment. Came out last Tuesday. If there are no more guesses in the chat, while Gilfly is shushing Kindred, I can tell you that this got an 8 out of 10 on average. So congratulations, Dave. Leon, your second one right. If you carry this up, you might be
keep it up.
I guess last week started slowly and then he got 3 right. So, you know, we've not had a guess that's got quite a lot of right. So you've got 6 more to go. You're doing good already. You're doing good.
I no promises.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. Go follow Game Older Podcast right now. All the links for everything are there. You have no reasons not to listen or watch to their wonderful podcast. Go click that link or click the little link that is pinned to the top of the chat. Also, want to say congratulations. Team 17 games do very well. They do. I had an email of one of the team members today about a game that was announced on last night's horror game showcase. Might be doing something with that later in the year when it comes out. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe Tom having the shits is Leon's superpower for guessing scores.
That could be.
Maybe it is. So I'll have to thank him. I have to thank him for it. Let's see who else got this right. Gilfly, you get a shout out. Congratulations. Kindred, well done. Flame, well done. Retro Zazar, well done. And I believe Danka is now 2 for 2. So I think Danka is in the lead. I don't know, Dave. I don't know why that happened. That was a bit weird. Don't worry about it. I think it was just Twitch messing up. That's all good. Team 17 game also turn up in sales incredibly often. They do. So there you go. So it's worth checking out. They've got a couple of good things coming out this year. Now, Dave here is not a streamer. So we have to give Dave a shout out in a different way. If you are in the chat, if you are in the chat, you can do exclamation Dave to show your appreciation for this man who is a fountain of knowledge. But how would you like your first shout out?
Well, let's start off with a knee cracker, shall we?
Ooh, knee cracker.
Yes, for that.
I'm on my shorts as well, so that's.
Oh no! Oh,
right, you ready? Knee crackers. Here we go.
Out.
Right, here we go. Going down. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Are you ready?
Go for it.
Dave! There you go.
Very nice.
That was the right knee. Just if we're checking this was the right knee, not the left. So those people who like to take notes.
felt that in my soul.
Yeah. No, so go on. Go on. Right. Let's talk some gaming news, shall we? And we'll talk do you know what? I'm going to go in the order that I've. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to go in this order. I was going to mix it up, but I'm not now. We're going to talk about Witcher 3. So last week, there was a special celebration of 10 years of the, if I get this right, the Fire and Ash DLC? If I got that right? If I could read my own notes. Oh, no, in Blood and Wine DLC, sorry, which came out 10 years ago. And people are like all in anticipation for Witcher 4, which obviously has been announced, but we've got no firm date when it's happening. And then last week they went, we're celebrating 10 years of a DLC. And people are like, why are you celebrating 10 years of a DLC? And it was the second DLC, to be honest. And that's because they could slip the announcement that in 2027, we are going to get a brand new DLC for Witcher 3. 11 years after the last DLC. Anyone who's got the game on any platforms, existing platforms, will be able to get this. Obviously, if you haven't got The Witcher 3, then you will need The Witcher 3 to play this DLC. It will continue the story of Geralt. But people are now speculating that because when this comes out, it might lead into where Witcher 4 is going. So it might be a whole story to end that arc of the one character and then lead into the next character who's leading Witcher 4. So I think that is possibly highly likely. They have stated, CD Projekt Red have stated, there will be more news on this DLC later this summer. So anytime between now and the end of August, we're going to find out more. We might even get it later this week as part of Summer Games Fest. We might not. We might see them in some different showcases. So I'll get chat's thoughts as well. But going to be 11 years since the last DLC. Is that crazy or is that genius? What do you guys think? I'll start with Dave.
I suppose it helps keep the game in people's minds, doesn't it? Especially with the run up to the Witcher 4, which is probably still a few years away at this point. So I don't know how far they've got through their the work on that one. But they only showed a tech demo, was it, a few months back? Or they showed they look quite cool, but I bet you will be waiting a while for the main game. So yeah, this will help sort of keep people appeased for a while, and it's a good way to get some life out the previous game. They're just building on the engine, everything they had for that one, so it's probably not quite as much work as building out the Witcher 4 and like a brand new engine for them, because they're using Unreal Engine 5 for that, whereas this is on their older Red engine. So interesting to see what the storyline is going to be, because you say most people reckon it's going to be a bit of a way to sort of go into the Witcher 4, lead into that. Perhaps something with Geralt and Ciri in there that leads into her being the main character in the fourth one.
Yes,
but yeah, definitely interesting that it's been so long and then they're bringing it out, this DLC out, because a lot of the time you'll get the DLC in the first year or two, and then studios move on, don't really revisit the older games. But I think this has always been a pretty decent seller, and it's sold shitloads, still keeps selling because it's often dirt cheap in sales these days. The complete edition of this. So I probably thought, why not? We've got a story we can tell. It'll lead into the next one. Why not?
Kindred said most people have Witcher 3, so no one is going to be paying for it as it's free DLC. So it won't be to generate funds. But then again, maybe people who haven't got the game will then buy it to then be able to play this DLC. So then that would generate more interest and funds potentially. Leon, your thoughts on this?
Well, I love The Witcher 3, so I've never actually completed it, but it's a game I'm always like, when you leave a game, you go back and you're just like, oh no. But where am I? What am I doing? Because it's such an expansive game too. Yeah. It's got me interested again, and I'm annoyed that I've got a friend at CD Projekt Red that I used to work with, and I'm annoyed she didn't give me any hints about this. Absolutely fuming. But I'm excited. As your chat is saying, keeps interest. The Witcher 3 is a good game, and especially being free. Yeah, their DLCs are known for being fantastic. They are actually. Yeah. So, and after Cyberpunk, which especially when Cyberpunk 2.0, CD Projekt Red, I'm glad to see them actually starting to sort out everything else. And The Witcher 4 obviously is going to be a long time, isn't it? I can't imagine how big that game's going to be. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'll finally finish The Witcher. That is one of my goals this year, is to actually finish it properly all the way through. It may happen, and then ready in time for this DLC when it comes out next year. And as I say, CD Projekt Red will unveil more details sometime between now and the end of August. So there you go. Moving on to our next game for this evening. This is one that we saw showcased last year at a number of showcases, and it's a bit of a mind-bending puzzler, kind of take a semi-action game with a bit of Portal thrown in with different things. This came out on Tuesday as well, last week, on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and this is Yerba Buena. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
That crazy biker guy, he's taking Russell hostage.
I can bring Russell back myself with this thing.
Oh God, you've got to stop him, Bard.
actually real.
Hang tight, Russ!
You have to stop him.
There you go. Yerba Buena, which I remember getting showcased last year. I kind of like the look of this. I just guess it depends how well it's made, because sometimes games can live or die with the types of puzzles with this one. So this has got me intrigued, but it's not making me go, I want to get this immediately. Another mind-bending puzzle. How much Andrex has Tom used? I'm not sorry, says Dave Johnson, the evil community member of the month, but also very funny. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this game.
Yes, this is a physics-based puzzle game. This one's like set in an abandoned game world. You're playing as like an NPC character in an abandoned game world that's meant to look like a sort of stylized 1970s San Francisco.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. It looks like you're on a quest to try and save, one of your NPC friends in the game world. You're using this special thing called an oscillator, and it lets you copy and paste the physical properties of things in the game. So, show like an example in there, you're copying the bounce property from something and applying it to something else to bounce yourself up in the air. And you can do that for like movement, solidity of things. So you got a number of things you can copy and paste, try and solve the puzzles, make your way for the world. I think it certainly looks and sounds, pretty decent. Hopefully it actually is, because as you were saying, depends how well it's been designed. We're not expecting something as well put together as like Portal, because that was Valve doing that, with a lot of money, a decent team size they could put behind it. Whereas this is not going to have anywhere near that kind of budget coming from a indie devs, but it could still be all right. It might be like glitchy in places, perhaps, or not have the best design everywhere. Some things might be a bit funny, but it might have enough to it to be enjoyable enough.
Yeah, it looks good, but it's that thing of was it apparently it's about a 6.5 hour game, which ain't too bad. Kindred's posted up. It's most expensive on Steam, so it's 21 quid on Steam, and it's 20 quid on Xbox and PlayStation, so it's about £1 cheaper.
They're not bad at all, that sort of price.
Yeah, not too bad. Heather, welcome on in. Lovely to see you. Good to have you here. Leon, your thoughts on this one? A bit of a mind-bending puzzle.
I do like a good puzzle game, but I agree with Dave actually, and yourself. Is like it looks good, but the puzzles make or break it, don't they? And obviously you've got like some outstanding games like puzzle games like obviously Portal, Talos Principle, Blueprints and stuff like that. But you do have a lot of ones where it's style over substance, and it's also hard to convey a puzzle game through a trailer, because the whole point of it is to figure out that's the joy. Like other games like The Witness 2 are great, but I would like to see more of it, just to see, because I love the style of the 70s San Francisco aesthetic.
Yeah.
I'm always a sucker for that, but it depends if it is style over substance or if it's actually, and how it could be a bit jank, and that can really ruin, especially if it's a puzzle game, really ruin a game's like enjoyability, basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what chat are saying. I think everyone's pretty much agreed on this one. Dank is saying a 7. Brian says a game I've heard of. Yes. 7. Dave Johnson, 7. Chloe, 7. Hannah, a 7. Kindred said, I didn't see the trailer because he was finding the prices, but I appreciate that. 7. Blue Lou said, got to break the chain, going for an 8. Rockmuse saying 7. Kindred says, some players have said the design puzzles are some of them are a bit poor. So there we go. Okay. Ever coming in with a 7.5. Flame also with a 7.5. Gilflow with a 7. Retro Shazar with a 7. So it's all sort of a... Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this has got?
I'm going to go the safe 7 for this one.
Okay, safe 7. And you, Leon?
I'll break the chain. It was before 6.5 or 7. I'm going to put 6.5.
Go for a 6.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Dave says, stop guessing. 7. 6, 7. Dave, that's for you. Not this, Dave. Yeah, let's hope it's a 7. Yeah, I hope after that 6-7 joke, I hope it's a 7 because then that's going to really screw him over. Anyway, folks, this is your last chance. This is Yerba Buena, which came out last Tuesday on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And if there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you.
Hey,
It's done wrong.
It was a 7.
that'll please him.
I'll please him. And Dave's now, I regret nothing. Fuck. I regret the 7. There you go. So there you go. Dave, I'll give you a shout out in a second.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave, you are now also 2 for 3, same as Leon. But congratulations. Chloe's also 2 for 3. Hannah's now got her first one right. Awesome. Congratulations, Hannah. But Retro Jazar, well done. Gilfly, well done. Rock Muse, well done. Hannah, well done. Chloe, Mr. Dave Howsand, Danker, all got 7. I think Danker is in the lead tonight. He is 3 for 3.
Nice.
See if I can trip him up or not. Some weeks I trip him up, some weeks I don't. We'll have to see. I'm confident I'm going to trip him up somewhere. There you go. Kindred is also 2 for 3. Well done. That's not bad going at all. Dave Johnson, I'm going to do your shout out for you now because I know iQuell's having his dinner. But there you go. Oh, bloody hell, it didn't do it. I'll wait a second. Hang on. Yeah, there you go. It works. There you go. Mr. Dave Jones, your second one. How would you like your second shout out?
You can do some spinning on your chair.
Spinning on a chair. Why I am spinning round, right round, like a record, baby. Round, round, baby. Right round, baby. Round, round. You can put exclamation Dave in chat. Because here we go. Dave has got 2 out of 3 right. There you go. Thank you very much. I am dizzy as fuck. There you go. Let's move on. Dave Howsand says, I hate it here. Good. Our next game, the big game of this week. Kind of. There's another big game that you might not know about. We'll talk about that. So Leon, join in.
I've not got enough room.
He's on a bar stool in the bar. You can't really.
Yeah.
You know.
I might fall off and too drunk.
Yeah, you can't spin those bar chairs. They're difficult. Yeah, you can't even spin that pool table in the background. It's too heavy. Anyway, one of the big games of last week came out on Wednesday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I was supposed to stream it last week, but IO Interactive didn't send me the copy they were supposed to. So I'm streaming it this Thursday because I got my copy today. Thank Christ after that. This is 007, First Light.
I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it.
Bond is immature and reckless. Headstrong. Thrill-seeking. Issues with authority.
Meet our new star, Air Crewman Bond.
Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I want to make you a spy.
St. John Smythe, my dear.
009 is a master manipulator.
To catch him, we're going to need eyes everywhere.
When you're ready, Bond.
What about the girl?
A means to an end.
That's an interesting pickup line.
Whatever his endgame is, we won't see it coming.
So you may remember when we did our New Year's specials where me and Dave go through games that are due to come out this year. This was number 1 in the top 50 games to look out for 2026. Danker gave it a predicted score of 8 out of 10. So we have to see whether when he gets that back in January, whether he got it right. He's not allowed to change that score, bless him. But we'll see if he got it right. So before I'm going to hand over to Dave, I'm going to say this. There's one thing that has annoyed me about this game is the way that IO Interactive had dealt with it. Now, I am fortunate that I did finally get my copy nearly a week late. But we were supposed to stream it last Thursday, a day after release. But a lot of people have complained that they were told they were due to get a copy and it hasn't been dealt with. And I know that's not just through IO themselves, but also through other press outlets such as Press Engine and stuff. That the people that put these game keys out for people to review didn't get out. Now, a lot of people have had it, and there's a lot of people playing it on Twitch right now. I can tell you that now. So I do count myself very thankful. I'm not going to give IO as much shit as I was going to give them if I didn't get my copy. But I have been very much looking forward to this game. So I'm going to kind of stay a little bit neutral on that. But I do think it's a bit crap that they've not actually dealt with that situation and not even addressed it. And the game's been out in nearly a week. There's a lot of unhappy people that are just sitting there, who've been told they're getting a copy, and nothing's been done about it. So we'll see. Anyway, that aside, Dave, tell us all about the game.
Yes, this is kind of a bit of a mix of Hitman and Uncharted that they've gone for just to make it into 007. This is like an origin story for Bond as well. You're playing him when he's still part of the I think the air service, and after like a first mission, he then gets invited to join the 00 program that's getting reborn at MI6. And so you're initially sort of following him through some of like his initial training before he gets out on his first couple of assignments, and then as it's James Bond, there's big conspiracies coming up. Rogue 00 agent seems to reappear. Ship blows up. Car chases are involved. Pretty girls are in there as well. It's got all the sort of stuff you'd expect, from like Bond. Everything you can expect from the films. All that is in there. And I think they've done quite a good job with the character of Bond that they've come up with in the game. He's got that sort of cocksure attitude to him. He's quippy, flirty, all that sort of stuff. And so far the mechanics I think are pretty decent. The combat, hand-to-hand combat, can be a little bit quirky at times, but for the most part, I sort of get into the flow of it, and it does feel quite scrappy. An enemy might grab you, throw you over like a table, but you'll get back up, grab something next to you, throw it at them to stun them before you knock them out. And the shooting seems pretty good as well. A lot of the times, you might not even have a weapon. You've got to sneak around, take an enemy out, get their gun, and then, once someone shoots at you, your license to kill goes active, and you can start, shooting back. And all that does feel pretty good. If you're a fan of the Hitman games, the sort of sequences that are like that are definitely a bit more on the sort of the light side, because this is a narrative game. It's trying to move things forward, so those levels are never quite as deep as what you get in Hitman. But they're still interesting because there's multiple ways to try and get through some of these areas. So I think there's definitely a good reason to like go back and retry some of those. And it looks like once you finish the game, there's like a whole sort of extra sort of section called Taxim in the menu that's probably let you go through and try doing various challenges in some of these environments. So I think it's a good bit there to keep you going once you do finish the game. But so far, I think they've done a good job. I'm enjoying the story. I think I'm about halfway or getting halfway through. Okay. And really enjoying it so far. They've definitely done a good job with this. Best Bond game in a hell of a long time.
Yeah, there's been some really good Bond games. There's been some awful Bond games. It is currently, thank you, Kindred, 60 quid on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and it will be coming to Switch 2 at some point at a later date in the future, they have announced. So there you go. Leon, your thoughts on this? You a big Bond fan?
I'm a big IO fan too. So the Hitman series they do is probably arguably the best Hitman it's just unbelievable. This was on my top games for excited over GTA over anything basically because it's IO Bond. What can you ask for? There's a lot of creativity that can go into this. But honestly, if I didn't have a backlog, it's such a vast backlog now. I'd definitely be playing this right now. But unfortunately, I have to wait a little bit. But I'm so excited. Like I'm not too bad because a lot of the IO games is basically just pure gameplay.
Yes,
I was excited when IO got this. It was something a little bit different, but still, their roots are still there.
You can see it. There's
clearly
the Hitman kind of things going on in there, definitely, especially with the extra stuff that opens up. The game. That's so it's 100% it would be like Hitman for me would be a 10 in general. So, but not all games like that. So I might be biased, and when I get time to rate it. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what chat are saying. Chat, get your scores in. If you just joined us, as well. Please guess scores that reviewers may have given. If you get it right, you will get a shout out in the chat. Danka said it was number 1 in our top 50 at the start of the year. He predicted an 8 back in January. So let's see if he's going to be right with that. Chloe says, I'm going to give this an 8.5. Brian says, it's a 9 from me so far. I'm about 8 hours in, but I'll guess an 8 thanks to PC Gamer. So PC Gamer gave it an 8. Hannah, 8.5. Dave says, I give Leon a 10 out of 10 for putting up with Mag. There you go.
He's not so bad.
Best award of the night. I'm really enjoying this. 8.5 out of 10 from iQuail. Blue says, I've heard it contains American English phrases. I read they replaced parking lot with car park in a patch. So they deserve a minor boost for that. 9 out of 10. There you go.
Should be a 10 now.
Yeah. What else we got? I give OG Dave 15 out of 10, but not one right murdering Mag by now. No. What else we got? Rock Muse. I thought I'd be more drawn into this, but I'm afraid it's not been keeping my attention on streams much. So that's interesting. So Rock Muse is not really loving it. Brian says Hitman is officially my most played game on Xbox. I actually love the Bond films. Just this game isn't that exciting to me. Interesting. Okay. Gilfly, 9. Retro Jazar, 5. Wow. Oops, I mean 8. Oh, okay. I was like, bloody hell, okay. Kindred, 8.5. Flame, 8. All right. Leon, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
So I was mixed between 8.5 or 9. I'm going to go 9. I'm going to go on the higher end because I am a bit biased.
Okay. Going for a 9. Okay, going for a 9 from Leon. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try 8.5.
8.5. Okay. Rock Muse says, I imagine it will still be high scoring, though. So she's going for an 8. Any more, folks? This is 007 First Light, which came out on last Wednesday on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. iQuil asked the question, says, aren't you an IO creator? The answer is yes. Hence why I was having a bit of a moan about the fact that I got the game a week later when I got an email saying you'll be getting the game on Wednesday. And this is what a lot of people have been annoyed about. Press people and people who have done a lot of work to promote the game as well. So that's been a bit of a sore subject. But there will be drops for the game when we stream it on Thursday. We'll be streaming at 8:30 on this very channel and TikTok. So if you haven't already got the drops, come along and watch. You'll get some free stuff for the game. If there are no more guesses, I can tell you that this got, on average, .5 out of 10.
Hey.
Well done, Dave.
Thank you.
Dave is now in the lead there. The streak ends, yes, Danka. So actually, Danka and Dave are kind of like level-headed there on this one. Leon, you were so close there. This did get a number of outlets did give this a 9 out of 10, but a lot of outlets also gave this an 8 out of 10. And some were literally in between. So, yeah, kind of averages out, as I say, 8.5. So let's see who else got it right. Chloe, you got it right. Well done. Kindred, well done. You got it right as well. Just scrolling on up. iQuail, well done. You got it right. I think I said Hannah. Yeah, Hannah's got it right. There you go. If I've missed anyone, my apologies, but I think that's everyone that said that. So Chloe's now 3 for 4. So with Dave and Kindred, Hannah is 2 for 4. Retro meant 8.5, I'm sure. Maybe it was saying the 5 and the 8. Maybe, but we can't prove it. But there you go. So there you go. Dave, how would you like your third shout out of the evening?
I think it'll have to be your walk on from the side, and we'll use the Bob Ross version of you this week.
Use the Bob Ross version, yeah. Let's do Bob Ross. Let's go. Right, off we go. Right, see you in a minute. You ready?
I'm on the edge of my seat, mate.
I'm not, because I'm standing up. Dave!
Very nice.
Very nice. Thank you, Bob. Greatly appreciate that there. I love Dave's sarcasm. We all do. That's why he's the best co-host ever in the world. There you go. Congratulations, Dave. Exclamation Dave in chat. Show your appreciation for that very sarcasm. Let's move on to our next news story. Over the weekend, some of you are going to be excited for this. Some of you not going to give a rat's ass. But a new Call of Duty was announced.
Ooh.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 4 is what we're going to call it. Modern Warfare 4 is the brand new Call of Duty. So nothing really new there. We got Black Ops 7 last year, and the year before that was Black Ops 6. Which number are we on now? I don't know. We've lost count. But there are some significant changes because it will be coming out in October. We've seen the trailer. It will be coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, and for the first time, Switch 2, as iQual has just said. But there's a caveat with this one, because it means it is going to be the first Call of Duty that will not be on old gen. So if you're on Xbox One or PS4, you will not be able to play this. And what makes things worse is, back in 2020, we got the free Call of Duty, Warzone. Also not going to be on Game Pass. As far as I know, yeah, didn't they backtracked on it to this one? Or was this the last one that was going to be on Game Pass? I wasn't quite sure, but
This one won't be on Game Pass.
Right, okay.
It will appear a year later. That's what they said they were going to do.
That's it.
So
it will appear.
anything prior to this that was on Game Pass stays on Game Pass.
Right, well, I can safely say this now. Unless I get a free copy, I won't be streaming this year. Especially after how shit Black Ops 7 was. But there is a caveat. Warzone that came out in 2020. You can currently play still on PS4 and Xbox One. As of June the 4th, you will not be able to get Warzone, the free-to-play game, on PS4, Xbox One, unless you've already got it. So if you've never played it, you've literally got like 2 days to get it. You will then be able to continue to play it, but they will stop doing basically support for it. And as of June the 25th, they closed the store down. So if you want to get any items, you may be able to get discounted items. There's some free items that are going to be there as well. But basically, it means that Warzone will then just stop being supported, because then they will be integrating it with the new COD like they did with Black Ops 7, and there'll be new additions and things, and it will be next gen only. I'll be honest, I haven't watched the trailer. Wasn't that fussed. I know the trailer was out came out while I was at TwitchCon. A couple of people did say they were excited for it and said it does look good. But that's the problem. A lot of these trailers do look good for COD, and then the game's a massive letdown. So, my point of view with this is Xbox One and PS4 have been out for 13 years. It's about time people moved on. You're probably going to get some people that are going to moan that you can't get this. I think more people are going to moan about Warzone than the actual new game, especially if they've been playing Warzone for since 2020. But really, times move on, consoles move on. Is it really a big deal?
No, you hit that point where you've got to let go of the older hardware. I think probably, the number of people left on the older machines is probably quite a low percentage now of the overall player base. So, if you can, drop those from the equation, then I suppose it might let you do a little bit more, with the map, probably increase the sort of graphic sort of density stuff on the map, put some better AI in possibly, just let you do a little bit more, because you haven't got to think about these older, weaker, systems that got, worse CPUs, not enough memory, stuff like that. But you still got to take into account, they're still going to make this work on an Xbox Series S. It's going to have to Switch 2, which isn't quite as powerful as Xbox Series X or PS5, and still be some older PCs that will probably have to work on. So whether we'll see much difference in how Warzone is actually working, playing, probably won't initially. But we'll see if they actually do anything useful with this series going forward. I did watch a little bit of the trailer of Modern Warfare 4, but as you say, you can't really tell much about it at the moment. It's just one of those big bombastic trailers with good bit of music playing, lots of explosions going on. The graphics look nice, definitely tell you that. But don't know how the single player will be. Don't know how the multiplayer will be. Whatever they do, hopefully it will be better than last year's attempt, because that was pretty pitiful.
It was bad.
The campaign was especially meant to be bad. I think this campaign is meant to be back to a single player game.
Right, yeah.
But even though last year's one was bad, they probably wouldn't have been able to change much for this year's game anyway, because that would have been in development.
It was already in the works,
anyway, the way these things work. But it sounds like it'll be a better game. But we'll wait and see. We'll see what it's like in it's October, isn't it? It's coming out.
Yeah, October.
Just ahead of GTA 6.
Yeah, so they're trying to get that in before then. It's funny because I did like Black Ops 6, which came out 2 years ago. I actually thought that was genuinely a good game. And I said
the multiplayer on that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was very, very good. It was just crazy how the next one was so bad compared to it. And there hadn't been a good COD. It was always, we were getting these games that were very sort of mid for a number of years, especially while we're doing the show, like Cold War, and then we had some other ones, and it was just like, okay. But there you go. Was it Call of Duty Vanguard as well? That was one, wasn't it? I think.
That's World War II.
Yeah, that was it, and that was a bit so. So there we go. Brian's got a good point. Aren't PS5 and Series X just current gen now after 6 years?
Yeah.
Technically, yes, but until they actually unveil the next consoles, they're still technically new gen in that way. But there you go. Sod those games. Give me Halo.
Definitely.
Mag's favourite. Yeah. They did say no COD this year. That didn't last long. I know. I thought that was a bit mental that they kind of.
I think didn't Microsoft say they're going to have breaks in COD and they were doing the whole Activision Blizzard buyout? They said many things.
It's not happened.
Probably all been proven false now, haven't they?
Yeah, it's all changed. But there you go. We'll see. See what they probably talk about it on Sunday's showcase as part of Summer Games Fest. So we'll see. I think that's 6:00 on Sunday UK time. If you want to find out more, Leon, are you that fussed about this?
No, I haven't liked COD for a long time now. But it's one of them where like the passion for it is gone because their passion seems to have gone and dwindled for it. And I remember back when I was playing on PS3 with Modern Warfare 1, it was I loved it. Like I spent countless hours on that, and games like Halo 2. It's also one of my favorites when Bungie were doing it, not so much 343. But it is a shame. But I think they see PS5 sold really well. I think that's approaching 80-90 million consoles. The Xbox Series not so well, but I don't think you'd really. The last year's done so bad that if they even show some hints of revival, I think it won't do. It'd do similar or even a little bit better because people might finally, more casual gamers might move now to PS5. If they only had it for Call of Duty, which a lot of gamers do, as we see by the sales numbers, and I can see them maybe making the jump, and it's about time we kind of forget Xbox One and PS4 because it's if you ever go back to it after going from PS5, Xbox Series X, you can feel the difference.
It's a weird feeling as well. It is. I played the game on an Xbox One a while back, and I was like,
on an old hard drive, no SSDs in there.
Yeah, it's weird, very strange. Oh, we no doubt will be talking about the new COD as and when they announce stuff. Because it's always big news for things. Because despite whether we love it or hate it on this show, there's a lot of people who love it. And it still sells very well to this day. So we'll talk more about it in future shows. Let's move on to our next couple of games. A game that we talked about a couple of years ago now gets a sequel. This came out on Wednesday as well on Xbox Series X and S and PC. And I believe is on Game Pass as well. This is Echo Generation 2.
I thought I was done saving the world. Turns out, the universe disagreed. Good news? I'm not alone. got a little guy along for the ride. We stack combos, we synergize, and somehow it works. Then more so-called heroes showed up. Not exactly what I had in mind, but they get the job done. So, when reality is fracturing and the universe is ending, I say, we ended first.
There you go. That is Echo Generation 2, which came out last Wednesday on Xbox and PC. You can get it on Game Pass, but it's also, there is a demo you can play on Steam as well if you want to try it out. Normally £22.49 on Steam, and it's also £22.49 on Xbox, but you can get it a little bit cheaper on PC for £20.24. So all they've done is move some of the numbers around there. There you go. Thank you, Kindred. So Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, because I think that the first game reviewed quite well. It wasn't a massive hit, but it reviewed quite well when we had it on the show a few years back.
Yeah, I think I just about vaguely remember it. It was a while back, wasn't it? I think 2021 when it was out. I never played the original one, and I think this second one is a prequel to the first game. You're playing as like the father of the original game's protagonist in this one, and it sounds like your family's gone on vacation and just crazy shit starts out. It looks like this is all great cosmic threat that's coming out, and it looks like it might take you across like multiple worlds and stuff like that. You get to play as various different characters in the family. But at its core, it's a turn-based deck building RPG, from what I've read. Yeah. So if you like a bit of deck building in these games, then you might enjoy this one. I quite like the look of the graphics in it. I think they look quite cool. Sort of got a bit of pixel art to them. I think it looks quite interesting. Don't think I'll ever get around to actually playing this one. So I completely missed the first one. Too much other stuff to play through, but it doesn't look like a bad game. Yeah. It's Game Pass, so at least you can go and try it if you're interested. Yeah.
It looks all right. I know a lot of people love the first one. I like the graphic style in this as well, but again, probably not something I'm going to play. Brian says the first game was good, but the second one isn't. Changing to card-based battles was a bad idea. Yeah. Cashing in on a genre that is popular right now, clearly. Leon, your thoughts on this one?
I like deck building games. I love Slay the Spire 1 and 2. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And as you said, they're trying to cash in that genre, aren't they? Because there's been a few others that come out throughout the years. Always happens. You see it with Vampire Survivors. You see it with probably Balatro. It's probably got a few, but roguelike battlers, like card battlers, are becoming pretty drastic. I like the, as you said, the graphic style and the music of the 80s sci-fi sort of coolness, but there's a little bit of a bit of a punch missing. I don't know how to explain. There's not enough, as they call it, juice in it. There's no, it just seems, compared to other deck builders from just watching the trailer, it just seems it's lacking something that would tip it to a high score that I'm going to give it later.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the chat is saying score-wise. Danka reckons it's going to be a safe 7. Chloe says a 6.5. Brian says a 7. Dave says a 7. Arkos says a 6. Rockmew says 6.5. Hannah says a 6.5. Kindred saying a 7. Dave, we'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'm going to try a safe 7 for this one.
Going for a safe 7 as well. Leon?
Safe 7 also.
Okay, safe 7 as well. Retro Jazar saying a 6. Folks, if you haven't put your scores in the chat, now's the time to do it. This is Echo Generation 2. Which came out last Wednesday on Xbox Series X and S and PC, and you can get it on Game Pass. Flame also saying a 7. I can tell you that I think the first game scored a lot higher than what this game has scored. But this one did get very much the save 7.
I'm back.
Well done, guys, on the screen. And well done to Flame, Kindred, Dave Housen. In fact, I'll do Dave Housen's shout out now. Brian and Danka for getting all those right. Chloe says that is fixed. Fixed, I tell you, she says. There you go. But there you go. I'll let everyone else do the shout outs. There you go. Let's get our guest, Leon, a shout out. Do go check out Game Older Podcast. All the links are there. Go listen to it. Go watch it. Go make it a thing that you do regularly because it's so freaking awesome.
Get more of Mags on one of our episodes.
Yeah. God, no. That'll lose.
Is that a good selling point?
No, it'll lose your viewers. What me once a year is good enough. Just don't. No. They put it with me on this. There you go. Get me and Mag on. Oh my God, it'll be chaos. There is that.
I'd ship that.
Maybe that's an idea. That might happen.
I'd be up for that.
I feel sorry for your colleagues. So there you go. Deal, said Dave. Also, Dave, how would you like your shout out? You're doing good now. You are, I think you are 4 for 5.
Yes, I think so. We've done all the usual things, haven't we, so far? I mean, you could spin the opposite way around.
We can do that. Yeah, let's spin the opposite way around.
Yeah, we might have these afterwards if we get another one.
I might have another thing for next week that I can introduce, but I don't want to spoil it because I'm going to show it on the stream tomorrow, but more will be explained tomorrow. So here we go. Right, going the other way. 3, 2, 1. Dave! There you go.
Good spinning.
Way. Thank you very much. Chloe's currently 3 for 5. Kindred is 4 for 5. I think you might be in the lead, Dave, actually, now.
Oh, nice.
I think I might be right. You might be, 4 for 5. Is Kindred 4 for 5?
Like Kindred's the same.
Oh, yeah, Kindred's the same. So it might be you and Kindred that are currently in the lead. So there we go. Awesome stuff. Brian is 3 for 5 as well. But a lot of people doing good. Leon is also 3 for 5. So that's pretty good. Let's move on to our next game. Now, this is an interesting one. Last week, we told you that we nearly talked about a game called Schrodinger's Cat. And then we went and raided Miss Antics, who was playing said game, which didn't make our list of 8. This week, we've got another game called Schrodinger's Call. Not related to that game whatsoever, but 2 Schrodinger games in a week. What are the chances? This came out last Thursday on PC and Switch. Let's have a look at trailer for this one, which is Call, Not Cats.
Do you understand why? You must become the world's last conversation partner. Now, pick up the phone, Mary. Let's make the calls to save their souls.
There you go. So last week, the game that we didn't talk about was a puzzle game with lots of cats. This time it's more of a narrative adventure, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, this is a visual novel by the look of it. This has got a sort of interesting setting. So in this one, the world is about to end as the moon comes crashing down into it. And your character, Mary, kind of just awakens in a strange place with no memories or anything like that. just like a telephone next to her and a little cat that's sort of giving her some guidance, and your character's kind of got to talk to people on the other end of the phone. I think they all look a bit sort of anthropomorphic animals all look like. You just kind of got to, I think, talk to them, help them like resolve their regrets, and and find some peace before the world is actually ending.
Yeah.
So looks like an interesting art style to it. Doesn't look too bad. I can't say I'm massively into like visual novels myself.
No, I'm not.
Interesting premise to it. Again, it's another one of those ones I'll probably never play it, just because I haven't got the time.
Yeah.
Too many other things I'm already playing.
Yeah.
I bet fans of visual novels might well lap this one up, but I have heard good things about it on the reviews that I looked at.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Leon.
Yeah, you know what I said about passion about Call of Duty. This one, like you can tell, there's passion in this game.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm not too big on visual novels, but this one did catch my eye. I saw it randomly. I think it was on Reddit, and it's first score. I'm gonna give it in a bit, but like it caught my eye because of how well it's been received. As Dave said, these seeing some reviews, and they seem really good. And it seems I think visual novels are good to tell stories about. It seems like loss and like different, like almost different sort of mental illnesses. So I think that's what seems to be going down that road. And I if I get the score right, I might actually give this one a go. It might be one of my probably a couple. I've only played a couple of visual novels, but I tend to go for the very highly rated ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kendra says this is a 7 to 9 hour linear detective style visual novel that ends up feeling more like witnessing gothic fairy tale whispered to a child than playing a game. Okay. But that might work because that might do it for some people. This is normally 15 quid down to 14 quid on PC. On Switch, it's normally 15 quid, but it's down to £13.49. So it's actually cheapest on the Switch. Let's see what people are saying scores-wise. Brian from the UK Gaming Network, 9. Danker, 9. Hannah, 7.5. I, of course, said I missed the trailer, so obviously a safe 7. Kindred going for a 9. Rockmew saying a 7. Kindred says it's not a bad price for this game. I agree, it's not bad at all. Flame saying an 8. Retro Jazar saying a 9. Leon, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this has got? Because you said depending on what score this gets, is whether you get this one.
So from what I saw, the reviews were very glowing. I'm going to go with what Retro's just said too, a 9.
Okay,
9.
All right, going for a 9 out of 10. Dave, what do you reckon?
I'll try an 8.5.
Okay, going for an 8.5. All right, folks, this is your last chance. This is Schrodinger's Call, which came out last Thursday on PC and Switch. If there are any other guesses, I can tell you this is the highest scoring game of the night so far with a 9 out of 10. So this slightly beat Bond. There was more 9 out of 10s than what James Bond had. How cool is that? So well done, Leon. You get a shout out for, again, go check out Game Older podcast. And if you haven't got your Timeless tickets, you can use the code OLDER26 to get 15% off all your Timeless tickets. Leon did not cheat. There you go. So congratulations to you for getting it right. Also, the links are pinned to the top of the chat. Only seen 4 reviews and they were all a 9, said Brian. Not a game for me, though. There you go. Danker is now 5 for 6 on this. So there you go. Brian is now 4 for 6. There's those links. Go click them on. Click for them. Retro Shazar, well done. You got it right as well. Kindred, you got it right. And Danker and Brian, there you go. Congratulations, all of you. Don't get me wrong. I really respect Leon and I want to help him escape Mag, but I'm also a twat. So yeah, he cheated. Then you could say technically Brian cheated because he saw 4 different reviews that said a 9. So, but Brian doesn't know what reviews I saw. So there you go. So a couple of you are at 5 out of 6 at the moment. So now I think Danka and Kindred are back in the lead. I think you're 4 for 6 now, Leon. Have I got that right?
Yes.
Same with Dave. So this is getting good. I don't cheat. I just know my stuff. See? Conviction. Love it. Good man. Is Leon drinking whiskey?
I wish. It's Ribena.
Oh, drinking tea.
I'm a child.
Rock and roll.
Playing water for me.
I know. God, so you were so rock and roll.
Healthy.
Hard stuff, eh?
Yeah. So rock and roll. Couple more news stories for you. Let's talk good news, bad news. But I'm going to do it in reverse. Bad news. We get the Xbox showcase on Sunday, which reveals more of a game that we're very excited for. And that game is Fable. And yeah, over the weekend, they put the announcement out that they are pushing the game back to February 27th. So Fable is not coming out in the autumn that we hoped for. We will see more of the game on Sunday, which is great. But apparently Playground Games need a bit more time to get it polished and get it right. There's also the fears that they were going to push for a October release and it might get overshadowed by COD, GTA 6, etc. Some other big games that are coming out. So they wanted to give it Xbox, in Xbox own words, wanted to give it its own time in the spotlight for February. But sometimes February can be one of the best months of the year because, look, we had Resident Evil Requiem and some other bloody good games come out during February. So I hope they planned it well because it could end up not doing so well in that respect. So, yeah, fans of Fable, you're going to have to wait. Poor Professor Stork, who was on this show nearly 2 months ago, as you know, has been posting a Fable story every day on social media until Fable's due to come out. So now she's got to do a couple more months of this.
Oh, dear.
She said she's committed to it, so she's doing it. But I was like, flipping heck. But there you go. There you go. I'm getting that way with throwing you cat links. Well, she's talking to Dave. I was like, what's that? Fuck Xbox. There you go. Anyway, let's delay GTA 6 and release Fable. I'd be quite happy with that. I'd rather play Fable than GTA 6. I'm not going to lie. I'm more excited for Fable. But potentially good news, fans of Baldur's Gate, it has been kind of hinted that we will be getting a Baldur's Gate 2 remake before we get Baldur's Gate 4. Now, we know that the team that made Baldur's Gate 3, Larian, are now working on the next Divinity Original Sin. So Baldur's Gate 4 is going to be sometime way down the line. But there have been speculative rumours that, and also PC Gamer kind of put a story out about this, that they are going to do a remake of 1 and 2 in a special bundle together at some point. However, Hasbro, who own the rights for all the Baldur's Gate games, have not made comment on this at all. So I would say take it with a pinch of salt. Lava Bean, good evening, says, nah, don't need a remake, fine with the original. That's fair. But maybe some people who've only just dived into Baldur's Gate 3 might want to go back to the original. Bearing in mind that the original games were brought out quite a long time ago. So it might attract people's attention to have 1 and 2 remade. Are they going to be made like the third game? Probably not, because of the fact that, that system and that game is massive. Because as we know, Dave's been playing it for nearly 14 centuries. But we probably will get something that gives it a massive facelift. So out of those thoughts, pick one of them or comment on both of them. Your thoughts on Fable being delayed till February, or the fact that we might be getting a Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 remake. What are your thoughts there, gentlemen?
Be interesting to see what they do with some Baldur's Gate remakes, because I think there's already enhanced editions of those games available. So you can play them on modern systems and they still play pretty well. But I think for anyone who knows how Baldur's Gate 3 works, you wouldn't find the same game going back to these older ones. I think like Baldur's Gate 2, I think that was more of a bit more action RPG-ish from what I read, where the combat will just play out. It's not turn-based, but you can pause and issue commands like you could do in other things like the original Knights of the Old Republic. So it would definitely feel different, and it would probably take quite a lot to try and make it turn-based like Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll just do a bit of a graphical glow up to it and then release it, but sort of keep the main game as it is. It'd be interesting to see, but I can definitely understand why they're going to do it, because the Baldur's Gate name, it's done well the last few years. It's still Baldur's Gate 3 is still a game that a lot of people still play, still refer to. So there's a lot there in the name now. So why not remake the originals, make more money off the name? Just hopefully they'll turn out good. And just quickly on Fable. Shame it's been delayed, but hopefully the delay will just give me a bit more time to add some additional polish to it. Make it the best that it can be. So I don't mind waiting. I waited for James Bond, that had multiple delays.
Oh, got delayed,
We've waited for many games that get delayed. GTA, many delays up to the November release date.
That should have been out by now.
Hopefully we'll be out in November.
Yeah.
So everything gets frigging delayed. It'll come out eventually. Just gotta hope it's as good as it can be.
Okay. Well, we shall see what happens. Leon, your thoughts on any of those news stories?
So I start with Baldur's Gate also. Obviously, I'd say it was Dave. I'm kind of wondering, because if it was more action heavy, obviously Baldur's Gate 3 probably introduced a lot of people to the D&D system, 2014 system. So I would see if they do rework it, that's a hell of a rework, isn't it? Because is it remake? If it's a remake, are they remaking the complete game with the turn-based combat to keep the same sort of flow? Which I think would be pretty cool, because people now are because I'm a D&D player myself, doing a couple of campaigns, and I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Stu from the podcast and one of our community members. So we're getting through that. So I'm quite excited, because I never got to play the originals, unfortunately. I think I owned them on GOG game, like Good Old Games.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to check that, because I always kind of forget what I've got on there, because it's so much I've picked over the years. So I'll give it a go. But yes, Chloe, I love a good D&D game. Went straight from one campaign to another. Curse of Strahd was the one we finished. We'll go into that. So, but I'm quite excited to see what they do. With the Fable one, talk about I'm kind of glad that it's not being released in November, because I think GTA would probably and Call of Duty and whatever will destroy the sales of it on obviously other platforms. And I'm actually finding the first quarter of the year to be even better in some regards the last few years. There was a time where if you released a game in February or March, the game over. It would not do well. I think people now tend to split the year directly into this is all the nicer. Like Resident Evil 7 was the first game I think Resident Evil to release in February. So I think they've started. It's not the days of when Ni no Kuni was released in February and it sold nothing because no one bought games then. During that time of year. So, and plus I am more excited for also Fable than I am GTA, because I was a massive Fable enjoyer. So if they can just, and what with the trailer and the announcements we saw of what's showing it, basically being a prick in it, I was like, I'm sold already. Don't need to see more. Release it when it's ready. And the last couple of Fables haven't been hit the highs for me from when I was younger. So I think if this one, if they give it enough polish and they perfect it, I'm happy to wait, to be honest. And yes, Dave, RPG,
there you go.
TRPG and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, Kindred was talking about the fact they could make remakes of a lot of other D&D games. There's plenty to choose from, but it all depends if Wizards of the Coast allow it. Said after 13 years, do Fable need another year to polish it? True. We usually have to see, but it depends whether they've actually been working on it 13 years, because this is Playground Games and not a Peter Molyneux studio. Okay. We shall see what gets announced on Sunday's showcase, which is at 6 p.m. If you'd like to see showcases for Summer Games Fest, I can announce that I will be streaming live and officially co-streaming the the Summer Games Fest with good old Uncle Jeff on Friday at 10 o'clock. Also, the Future Games Show and shows connected to that on the Saturday. And we will be doing the PC Game Show on Sunday. We will also do the Xbox Showcase as well, but I won't officially be co-streaming that because I ain't a big enough streamer to do that. But I've got the other 3. That'll do me. So 3 out of 4 ain't bad, but we will do a stream of the Xbox Showcase. So I'll be on at 10 o'clock on Friday, 8 o'clock on Saturday, and 6 o'clock on Sunday for 3 or 4 hours those evenings. And we will move on to our next couple of games. This one, something a bit different again. And I think Phantom might no longer be here, but if she was, she'd be going mad for this. Because normally this is for kids. But I know she loves this cartoon. This is the latest Bluey game. This is Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen. This came out on Thursday for PS4, PS5, iOS phones, PC, Xbox Series X and S, Switch and Switch 2. Let's have a look at this.
Has anyone seen the gold pen?
You mean this? It turns anything I want into gold!
We'll see about that.
If you want it, you gotta come and get it. You'll have to cross many strange and distant lands.
We need to save the kingdom. Come on, Bingoose. We're going to get that pen.
So I'm going to say this. When they brought out that last Bluey game, which really wasn't a game, and I had to bloody play it for a forfeit for a sub goal, it wasn't really much of a game. It was just sort of like interactive thing, a bit like the Peppa Pig games. This feels like it's a bit more of a game, but it's still a kid's game. And as some people have said, yeah, the graphic style's a bit odd because they've moved away from the typical graphic style with this one. Matt, good evening. Good to see you. Ellie says, good evening, Ellie. How are you? Easy platinum for Ange. Yeah. I mean, you'll probably get a good 100 gamer score out of this one, so it's probably worth doing in a platinum trophy. Dave, tell us more about this one.
Yeah, it's a little family-friendly adventure game based on the TV series, and I think written by one of the original creators.
Yeah.
The art style that they've gone for in this, I think it's based on like an art style that was in the episodes, from what I've read. I think the characters in the program drew in that sort of style, so they've used that for the game. So, and it's just I think it's meant to be just a little sort of exploration game with some bit of puzzle solving, little animated story moments thrown in there. Nothing too tricky or anything like that. Just a bit of fun for the kids or for the parents that have to play it for the kids. So I think probably any like young fans of the series, they'll probably thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
But most of the people, you might go for a bit of a quick gamer score. Otherwise, it won't be on your radar. Yeah.
I'm just like, I can see this coming back to haunt me and me end up playing this next year or something. It'll be a thing. Yeah, it's probably going to happen. Leon, your thoughts on the new Bluey game?
10 out of 10. No, it reminded me of a game, and I can't remember that I actually completed this game where you are in a book and you come out of it, you get thrown out of it.
Oh, oh god, with the little knight dude.
Yeah,
Sutton Quest. Oh, it's like I
God, it was in our top 10 2 years ago. I can't bloody remember.
It was actually brilliant.
Yeah, it was. It was an excellent game. Not Scribble Nauts, no.
It's going to annoy me so much because I completed it. But kind of remind me of that game. Obviously, not to the detail of you coming out into a 3D world.
Yeah.
That's going to annoy me now.
That is going to annoy me because that was in our top 15 games 2 years. The Plucky Squire.
Yes.
Thank you.
Pinhead.
Brilliant game.
It was. I love that game. It was so different, but it kind of reminds me of like a toned down version of that. And Bluey's Bluey, isn't it? I actually did watch an episode once because people kept saying it was brilliant. It was mainly dads in work. So, they were like, I actually watch it and it's actually going. And I was like, is this actually a good show? And you know what? As kids shows go, yeah. So I wouldn't watch it again, but am I going to get the game? No.
No, I mean, Iqual said, I don't mean to brag, but we are going to see Bluey live for a second time in a few weeks. Third row centre, no less. I mean, someone has to, so it's all good. Yeah, it's always the dads that love Bluey. There you go. This is £33.50 on PC, down to £30.50. I'm not going to lie, it seems a bit expensive for a kids game. I'm just going to say that now. It's £33.49 on Xbox. On PlayStation, it's normally 35 quid. It's down to 31.49. And on Switch, it's £32.50 down to 29.25. So it's actually cheapest on Switch at the moment.
That makes sense.
That seems expensive. And believe it or not, this is one of the Bluey games that didn't get onto Game Pass. But there you go. But if you play the mobile version, it's 12 quid. So it's cheaper on mobile because you can get it on iOS, as I said earlier.
Okay.
15 to 20 quid for a kid's game is about right. Yeah, I reckon so. Does it have a £10 patch for the Switch too? All right, well, let's see what people are saying. Get your scores in chat for Bluey's Quest for the Golden Pen. We have got scores of Dank saying a 7. Chloe saying a 6.5. Hannah saying a 7.5. Rockmew saying a 7. Ellie saying a 5.5. Lava Being saying a 6.5. Flame saying a 7. Kindred says 7. Matt says it's a 7. Retro Shazar saying 7. Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this has got?
I'm going to go for a 7.
Safe 7 it is. Leon?
Safe 7. It's a kid's game.
Safe 7. All right. Iqual saying a 6. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen, which came out last Thursday on PS4, 5, PC, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, Switch 2, and iOS mobile phones. And if there are no more guesses in chat, I can tell you that this slightly overpriced kids game got a 7 out of 10.
Hey.
There you go. So can we get a shout out firstly for our wonderful guest, Leon from Game Older Podcast. If you are not listening to it, if you are not watching it, please go click the link either at the top of the chat or the link that's going to appear in the chat right now. Also, congratulations to the following people: Retro Jazar, Matt, Kindred, Flame, Rock Muse, Danker. I think you all got it right. If I've missed anyone, my apologies. I've been 0.5 off all night, says Hannah. Oh, dear God. So close. No. Love House Stream says similar to games I've played, and the games are Lego, Batman, Arkham, and Mouse PI. Unless Bluey goes on a mad killing spree, they can't be similar. I agree with you there. Brian is 5 for 7. Dave, you need another shout out.
Oh, yes. Let's see if we can get your other knee to pop.
Right, underneath. All right.
Oh, God.
There we go. Limbering up. Here we go. Oh, they didn't go.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, God.
Hang on. Let's go again. I'm giving it another fair shout. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bugger. It must have worn out. Sorry.
It's no good.
Tell you what, I'll do something different. We'll do a legs akimbo. You ready?
Go for it.
Dave! There you go.
Terrifying.
He's definitely going to pull something.
Yeah. I've just broken my spine in half. There you go. 7 out of 10. Congratulations to everyone. I was disappointing. What did I get? I was messaging my wife and missed the score. Ellie, you said, what did you say, Ellie? 5.5.
Was.
Yeah, so that means you get nothing. because you didn't get it right. But maybe the 5.5 is the true score for that game. Let's move on to our final game of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This kind of came out of nowhere. It did get announced last year, and when we saw the trailers for it, had a big retro vibe, and it was like, this looks fantastic. This is made from the people. Yes, I was rude, Ellie. Thank you for noticing. Made by the people that did Shovel Knight, but nobody knew it was going to drop on Friday. This was kind of a bit of a shadow drop. It happened because there was no set date for this. This came out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch and Switch 2, and PC. And this is Mina The Hollower. There you go. That is Mina The Hollower. Now, iQuell says apparently it wasn't shadow dropped. It was now announced a few weeks back. Date. I'll be honest, it wasn't on any of the lists that we had. So for us, it was just like a surprise announcement. And even at TwitchCon, people were like, "Oh shit, have you heard that Mina The Hollower has just like literally just come out?" That was on the Friday, so it was like nuts. So maybe they did announce the dates a few weeks before, but we never got those dates. So we wouldn't have even been talking about this game if it hadn't suddenly landed. So there you go. It wasn't on our original list to talk about. This is £17.75 on Steam, same price on Xbox, a little bit cheaper on PlayStation, and the same price as the Steam and Xbox on Switch. So cheapest on the PlayStation by about 50 pence. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this because this looks epic.
Yeah, it does look pretty decent. It's an action adventure title that's been designed to bring back sort of the look of the Game Boy Color. Gone for that type of color scheme. I think Lava Beam mentioned it in the chat. So they've gone for that sort of type of look, and I think it looks pretty decent. It's from what I've read about it, it sort of feels a bit like Zelda-ish in some ways because it brings you into the world and kind of lets you go off whichever direction you want. I think in this particular game, Mina, she invented some generators in the land, and sometime later, something's going wrong with them. She's got to go back and investigate, so you can go to whichever one you want. Do it in your own way. Try and find out what's gone wrong with them. Trying to solve the mystery and get it all working again.
Yeah.
Combat-wise, looks pretty decent as well because you can burrow under things to dodge enemy attacks, then pop back up, whack them with your weapon, drop back into the ground. So it looks pretty decent actually. So it's got some good action to it, and I think everything I've seen about it so far has been pretty positive. So it looks like it's a good win for was it Yacht Club Games who made this one?
Yeah, this looks really, really good. I as soon as I saw the trailer for this last year, I was like, I would love to play this. So I'm very, very tempted to try and get a copy of this and possibly do a stream of this if possible. So we'll see. As I say, we haven't announced our schedule for June because I've been too busy, so might just be able to sneak this in somewhere. Leon, your thoughts for this one? I saw you going, yes.
I even read a book about the creation of Shovel Knight, so this should say how much I love this studio. I've been so excited for them to release something because there was signs of trouble for the studio because they hadn't released anything for so long properly, apart from a Shovel Knight spin-off that they did. But I've been excited. I'll just give you a history why. One of my favorite series of all time is Zelda. Specifically the 2D Zeldas. Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening was my first game. I remember kneel down with my Game Boy on the DX version of Zelda outside Game Station. When that was open still, which was amazing. But I'm so excited to get my hands on this. This is what I mean by my backlog's too much. This is like calling me because I love how they modernized. They kind of put in your brain out what your brain remembers the games being like. They've done that with Shovel Knight, where it was like the platformers where if you play an old platformer, it's a bit dated unless you play Mario, which was brilliant. But they give you that sort of feeling and nostalgia with your rose tinted glasses on because they're just so solid, essentially. So yeah, to put it bluntly, I'm excited.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see what people are saying with the scores for this one. Let's go to the top of here. Let's see. If Mina the Hollower is the last game, if so, it's going to be a 9.5, says Brian. Dave Housen, 8. 8.5, says Chloe. Lava Being says a Game Boy Color palette with Super Mode 7, ? Sure looks good. 9.5 from Danker. Chloe then up to a 9. Hannah said a 9. Iquel said 9.5. Rotmu said 8.5. Kindred is torn between a 9 and 9.5. This game is 16 and a half hours to play. Love Being is up to a 9. Retro Shazar says an 8. Flame says an 8. Matt says a retro 8.5. Kindred has decided on a 9.5. Leon, start with you as it's the last game of the night.
I probably give it personally a 10, but I'm going to go with a 9.
Okay, go for a 9. Dave, what say you?
I was thinking 9 as well.
Okay, go for a 9. Any more, folks? This is our last game of the night. Mina the Hollower. She came out on Friday, I should say, on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch and Switch 2, and PC. If there are no other guesses in chat, I can tell you that I may have given a little hint away because at the time that when we talked about Schrodinger's Call, I said the highest scoring game of the night so far because this got a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5, so better than Bond, better than Schrodinger's Call. This is technically the game of the week. So there you go. Game of the week is Mina the Hollower. So if you want to check it out, it's worth checking out. Oof, that's big, says Ellie. Yes, it is. Yeah. Kindred says, I know some reviewers were rating it higher than Forza Horizon 6. That's how good it was. So this has got a massive contender for a game a year. So there you go. There you go. Congratulations to the following people who need to have shout-outs. That's what she said. Yes, she did, Ellie. Damn it, 0.5 off again, says Hannah. But congratulations to Kindred, Iquail, Danker. I think that's everyone. I think. So there you go. Brian ended up with 6 out of 8, right, in the end? Congratulations. Who else got 6 out of 8 or higher? Let me know. Kindred said 7 out of 8. That is good going this week, Kindred. That is very good going. Well done. Anyone beat 7 out of 8? Anna says 2 out of 8. There you go. Well done to all of you. Even if you got 1 right, it's a good start. It's good. So congratulations to all of you. Now we're going to on to the final bit of the show where we always look at different charts each week. Last week we looked at the UK retail chart and how some of the new games fared, such as Lego Batman, Forza Horizon, Yoshi, etc. But we are going to do Steam charts. I did see that, Iquail, but there you go. Special prize for 0 out of 8. I'll let Iquail decide on that one, Ellie. So we are going to look at the Steam charts. And with the Steam charts, there are always variations of the chart because we have the chart with the paid games and a free chart. So we're going to compare how this is worked. So first, we're going to look at the chart with the paid games, what you can buy on Steam. And at number 10, we've got Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 down 3 places. Re-entry at number 9 with GTA 5 Enhanced. The game we just talked about at number 8 is a new entry, Mina the Hollower. Down 4 places from last week, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Also down 4 places at number 6 is Subnautica 2. A re-entry at number 5 with Path of Exile 2. A new entry last week and a game we've not talked about. But a non-mover this week at number 4 is Power Lives. Steam Deck has come back into the charts as a re-entry at number 3. And last week's number 1 was Forza Horizon 6, down 1 place. And this week's number 1 game on Steam is 007 First Light. So quite a few of the new games there in the charts. And obviously Mina the Hollower going in and 007 being the number 1. But despite on the chart, despite being sold out, they brought out more Steam Decks, not Stream Decks. And then it sold out again. So it came out of nowhere and went straight back into the chart. But then when we add all the free-to-play games on the download charts for Steam, this is what we get. At number 10, Lego Batman Legacy of Dark Knight, down 6 places. At number 9, not moving anywhere, PUBG. At number 8, down 1 place, Apex Legends. At 7, down 4 places, Subnautica 2. Path of Exile 2 at number 6, being a re-entry. At number 5, also Power Lives, not moving anywhere because it re-entered the charts at number 5 last week. The 4 is the Steam Deck. I keep saying Stream Deck. At number 4 is re-entry there. Down 2 places because it was the number 1 game last week, Forza Horizon 6. 007 First Light being the new entry. And from number 2 back to number 1, and has been a number 1 game quite a lot this year, is Counter-Strike. So there you go. So adding the free games, that makes quite a bit of difference there. But still, your games like Lego Batman and Forza, 007, Subnautica 2, and I say a game that we haven't even talked about. It didn't even make our lists of getting talked about, but Power Lives, which came out a couple of weeks ago, is in there as well. Any thoughts on those charts, gentlemen? I'll put the paid one back up for a minute.
I could see 007 doing well in the charts.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see that the Steam Deck has got back in the charts and sold out. Even though it's had like a massive price increase this week.
Yeah,
it's like £200-300 more than it was originally, but clearly people still want it regardless of the price increase. So
yeah,
crikey.
Yeah. Ellie says the Path of Exile team must have had a new season because it drops, hence why it's coming. We tend to see that, or if there's a sale on, things get back in the charts. And good to see Warhammer Space Marine 2 still doing well. I mean, that's been out. That'll be coming up to 2 years this year. That was a great game, but that's still selling really, really well. So there you go. Leon, any thoughts on the Steam charts?
Yeah, I'm happy with 007. Obviously, it was my most anticipated game of this year, last year. And yeah, the Steam Deck thing is wild, isn't it? How much money they probably would have made off that.
Oh, correct.
I'm just hoping it wasn't scalpers, which is a bit of a worry. And funny enough, Path of Exile 2, I hadn't really heard anyone in work play it until someone mentioned it today, so there definitely must be a new season. Because he was talking about getting back into it again, and I was like, oh, cool. And it's a game I've always seen, but it's just too time consuming.
Yeah. I know Ellie plays a lot of it, so that's a big thing. See, Dank is saying, price to performance. It's hard to suggest picking up new. Pre-owned will be better on this occasion for a Steam Deck. Ellie said, it was epic on early access, but the last season was dire. Interesting. Path of Exile 2. But there you go. So, folks, next week we'll have another chart for you. It's more likely going to be the retail chart. So we'll talk about how 007 did this week in the main retail chart comparing to next week. And we'll see whether Lego Batman's still in there and some of the other games. and how well it does. Plus any new entries that might be there as well. That, folks, is our show. Thank you so much to wonderful Leon for being on the show. We give our regards to Tom, who's hopefully off the loo by now. I hope. Get well soon, Tom. Bless him. Thank you again, Leon, for being such a great guest. I know, obviously, first time on this show, but not first time for Game Older podcast. It's great to have you here. There are the links again. Please do click the links. Go listen to them. When's your next show out?
So we are going to be doing that one next. I'm trying to work out dates because of the way my shift patterns work. The next episode would be the 11th, but we previously released one on the 29th of May. So there's one up there also, which is my first time actually being the proper host of that because of how busy everyone else has been. So it's usually Heather, but it is me, and you know what? She usually keeps us grounded.
Yeah,
it's a bit unhinged, so it might be a wild one to get back and get into if that's the first one you go for. Because I speak about Timeless in that also, and paint myself just in all blue, wearing trainers, and going to Timeless just in that. So there's an image for you, Max.
Bluey cosplay it is. There you go.
Well, it's more Sonic with a little red shoes, but
you know,
it's going to be quite haunted.
You gotta go fast. Damn.
If you got nightmares, yeah.
Oh, nightmares. You never know. You might actually win the cosplay competition. We'll see.
Don't think it'd be legal.
No. But if you want to go see if Leon does this and whether Tom will actually be off the toilet in time for Timeless, there is the link for Timeless tickets. And if you want to get a bit of a discount, you can use the code OLDER26 to get 15% off all tickets. Tickets are on sale now, folks. As always, thank you to my wonderful co-host who knows the most,
always
David Jones. There you go. We will be back next week with more games, more announcements. We'll be looking more than likely at the Gothic 1 remake, which comes out on Friday, plus some other indie games that are out. Danka says, gotta go fast is probably what Tom is experiencing right now.
If he turns up as a cosplay as sitting on the toilet, that would be brilliant too.
As long as the toilet drives around the venue, that's great.
Yeah, just like a mobility scooter with a toilet on it.
Yeah. And every time it pushes it sounds like a horn. That'd work. That would work. There you go. Thank you to everyone who's been in chat tonight. And if you've been watching on YouTube and Twitch, greatly thank you. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to everyone for all the shout outs. Thank you for Kindred for posting the scores. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be back with another Tuesday night gaming chat next week. Tom can cosplay as Skibbity. Yeah. So there you go. Just a reminder, folks, streams for this week, a little bit different. Tomorrow, to celebrate that last month, 2 months ago, I should say, that iQuail was our community member of the month. He decided to pick a stream that everyone can join in. So he's picked 2 of his favorite games right now. So we're going to do half of 2XKO. So if you want to join in, it's free to play. Come and play. You can play it on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. We're going to be playing half the stream of 2XKO. And then we're going to be playing some Mario Kart 8. So you want to join in for that. So we're going to be playing those 2 games because iQuail got to pick what games you want to play. Thursday, I will be playing, finally, 007 First Light, a week later than planned. Thanks, IO Interactive.
Better late than never.
But, I know, better late than never. That would be a good name for a Bond film, wouldn't it? Better late than never. If the code works. If it doesn't, I will fucking rage like shit on the channel. So Thursday at 8:30, we will be playing 007 First Light. And Friday, just before 10 o'clock, the Summer Games Fest opening night live. Saturday at 8 o'clock, the Future Game Show live. And Sunday from 6 o'clock, we will be doing the Xbox Showcase and the PC Gaming Show. 3 out of those 4s, I am officially co-streaming with the people from that. Can't do it with Xbox. Maybe one day, but we'll see. But we'll still watch it anyway. So join us for a weekend of showcases. On that note, let's go raid somebody. Let's see who's on, who we can raid. See now, I think I found someone straight away. Oh God, there's a lot of people on again. A lot of people on. It really does vary on a Tuesday night, I do say. But I think we should go raid someone else who I was also on a podcast with, who you might be familiar with, Leon, you might not. That is Game Matter.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We were on his podcast quite a while back. Not Third Dinner, no, not Third Dinner. We raided him twice recently. Off to bed now. Good show. See you soon. Thank you, Brian. So let's see what Game Matter is playing. He's doing a watch along at a state of play. I don't know if this will ruin it for people.
That's risky.
Or has he just finished?
The actual thing should have finished by now. I thought it was only
He has finished.
an
I think
hour.
he'll be safe. He was just having a chat. Do you know what? Let's go raid him. And then if people don't want spoilers, you don't have to go across to the stream. There we go. And Dave is over there. Maggie's about to raid you. He's just put, thanks for giving the surprise. Jesus Christ. So there you go. That raid, state of play is just wrapping up. Hitting that button. That raid should be starting right now. All that leaves for me to say is thank you so much again to Leon, Dave, all of you for watching. And wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening. And I shall see you back tomorrow for 8:30 for iQuail's Community Night. Thank you so much. We'll do that thing where we'll wave and I'll press a button. Take care. Good night. Bye.
Thank you guys.